Hello everyone, and welcome to a new 3-printed Thomas review. Now, this is sort of going to be different from the Thomas characters who already exist. So, recently, I decided to give my 3D-printed Thomas an upgrade. I recently found a new 3D face on Thingiverse from a guy I don't know the username of, but he made a couple of 3D Thomas faces, which I really liked. So I decided to put them on my already existing 3D models that I scratch built myself. And I do think that Thomas's face is much more accurate. So I decided to take my old Thomas and paint him into an OC called 089. And since then, I've made a lot of 3D printed OCs here. And I would like to do a review on these guys. Now, I will still review some other Thomas characters. Like, I recently completed Spencer here, and I'm super excited to do a review on him. So, the OCs I'm going to review in this video are Adam, Molly, and Shade. These OCs were made by a good friend of mine named Agent Andrews. So, when Agent Andrews saw that I was making some 3D printed OCs, he actually allowed me to make Adam, Molly, and Shade, which I really do love. Like, I was going to ask for permission to make these guys, but he decided to let me make them. Now, there is one thing that I should say about these private OCs. For some strange reason, there are a couple of people who have been impersonating Agent Andrews and stealing his private OCs. Like, Michael Benitez planned to make Agent Andrews' OC behind his back. And he tried to make Adam something different than a red E2 with yellow lining. Now, that does not make any sense. I prefer Adam to be a red E2 because I love E2 tank engines like Thomas Train Boy 17 and 089. Anyways, there was someone who has been stealing private OCs, and what's even more sad is that Andre no longer has an OC anymore. This was his OC, but now he doesn't have an OC. I do feel really bad for Andre because he's another really great YouTuber. Agent Andrews is one of my favorite YouTubers who does Thomas the Tank Engine on this channel, along with a few other people like Trainboy 17, Mega Hedgehog X, the E2 family, Liz Productions 5784, Thomas Fan 89. There's just like so many good Thomas YouTubers in the Thomas community. I mean, everyone likes to make customs of merchandise and just make their own fan-made stories. Now, that is something I love about the Thomas community. Another thing I love is that people can use their imagination and make up their own Thomas characters, which is basically what all these people do. Anyways, let's get into further details with these characters. Excuse me. So we'll start with Adam here. Now, Adam here is very well painted. Like, I'm just like so good at painting. He's got all his little details like NWR and TCR, the number's 20, his yellow lining, and the face I do quite love, like, even the scar across his eye. Like, this is just such an interesting face here. So, Agent Andrews, if you're watching this, thank you so much for allowing me to make your OC. I hope you like how he turned out. I just really love how Adam looks beautiful in all the ways. Like, this has to be one of my favorite OCs in existence of Thomas and Friends. So, for those of you who are watching, now, if you guys do want to make Adam, like, if you guys want to use him in your series, please ask Agent Andrews for permission. Don't just take his OC without asking. I mean, who knows what he might do if you guys don't ask for permission to make his OCs. I mean, it's very important to ask permission to make some private OCs. Like, Kelvin did ask for permission, and Adam did grant it. I asked him if I could make a Thomas Wood, Adam, and Molly, which he granted. And I do think I might ask him to make Shade the gray engine, because he did give me one idea for Thomas Lay's Equestrian Adventures. Anyways, I still think that Adam here looks very beautiful. Like, he looks insanely accurate to the source material. He's got all the little details and paint jobs correct, and his face is really good. But who is Adam without his girlfriend Molly? Molly here is another one of Agent Andrews' really great OCs here. She's basically a pink version of Lady. She has gold like Lady, and she does actually have Molly's face from Stories of Soda. Same thing for like Adam there. So I do think that Molly here looks very amazing as well. I love all her little intricate details, her gold lining and her gold smoke box. It actually took like 3 coats to get her gold to be completely covering the white here. Yes, I did use white filament for these 3 printed trains. The reason I like white filament is because it's easy to paint on, and you don't have to take as many coats. For some reason, I had to give Train Boy 17 4 coats of green to cover up the white. But I do still really love how Molly came out here. Like, I would say that this is another one of my favorite OCs that Agent Andrews makes. Agent Andrews can make some really, really beautiful OC characters. And I actually do love that about him. Alright, so I don't know if I could say much about Molly, but let's talk about one of the antagonist OCs in his series. So this is Shade, the Gray LYR Class 28. So Shade has black lining and red eyes, and he's actually one of the villains in Agent Andrews' videos. Now, I didn't know much about Shade, but I just asked him what he looked like, and Agent Andrews said that he was the same engine as James. He also told me that Shade wants to get revenge on Molly because she broke up with him. Shade was also Lady's student, but he betrayed her. Shade is also the engine who tried to push some tankers into Kelvin in Ghost Engines at War. I actually do remember that part, the sneak peek at least. I can't wait to see part 9 of Ghost Engines at War. I do hope that one day Ghost Engines at War will be wrapped up in the end. But I do still love Ghost Engines at War. It's a great movie. I highly recommend you watch it. Just type in Ghost Engines at War, and I think you should watch it. I just really love how Kelvin can unpossess some of the demon engines. Like, he unpossessed Keon, Gerald, and Timothy so far. That's just, like, so cool. Anyways, I do think that Shade here is another well-painted model. He's just another really insanely good character. I really think that all these OCs that I 3D-printed came out really amazing. I do love all their paint jobs and their details. I mean, they may not have side rods and other things to make them really 100% accurate, but they just look somewhat accurate. Like, I tried to make these as accurate as I can. I didn't give Thomas red stripes because I want to be simplistic as I can. Not too simplistic, but at the same time, I didn't make these engines hyper-detailed. But with the detail that's already there, I am still very satisfied with these. Once again, thank you so much, Agent Andrews, for allowing me to make Adam, Molly, and Shade. I really am quite glad here. I mean, I don't know if one day I plan to make Agent of Death soon. Like, Agent of Death is actually Adam's dark side. Though, if he actually does say yes, then I might just make Agent of Death. As well as a few other private OCs, but I have to ask for permission. And you guys should do the same thing too. Always ask for permission to make a private OC instead of just stealing it. Like, stealing is wrong and you should never do it. There could be dire consequences if you steal someone's private OC. Alright, so overall, my final verdict, I give these trains a 10 out of 10. They all just look so beautiful. And if you guys actually like these OCs, then once again, ask for permission, don't steal them. And what do you guys think of my 3 printed OCs? Did you think I did a good job? For me, I really did such a beautiful job with all these characters here. I can't wait to one day make more OCs. Like Isaiah Rodriguez has suggested a few OCs like Calvin and Fan the E2 and Jeremy the Orange Engine. I can't wait to make those guys as well as Eagle, Alfred, and Croven. But if you guys want to suggest some 3 printed OCs, feel free to suggest them in the comments below, and I will make them soon. I will also make more Thomas and Friends characters. Like, I do have like Donald and Douglas over there. Anyways, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more. Bye!